When I was a kid, I remember watching the Ed Sullivan Show. And if you're not from my generation, you don't know what Ed Sullivan was. Sunday nights, remember the Beatles? Beatles came out. And I wasn't around for the, Bobby Soxers and the Frank Sinatra years, but the women went crazy. But the women, and I think it was all at work, the screaming and yelling for the Beatles, but I saw this, and I never understood. It's like, what the hell are they yelling about? Do they like them? No, they like them. Well, why don't they listen to them? This is what I would ask as a kid. I'm still kind of asking that question now. It's like, what the hell are they doing? Why are they doing this? What's the point of this? What are these people doing? They're screaming. Why? That's what I'm feeling with this Tucker business. These people are going crazy. He was good. Somebody emailed me, you said you thought he was the most talented person on TV. At 2, I was like, what do you want me to do? Am I not showing this? And you go through is anybody crying for Don Lemon? Is anybody on the left crying for him? No. They don't lose their minds in this. They also have very few people being fired on the supposed left. And by the way, I hate this left business because it's such a stupid term. But on the right, when Rush Limbaugh went through his years ago, remember the orange juice stuff he said, Anita Brown, whatever. He went through his thing. Alex Jones. Oh my God, that one was just, and that one was a little different. People said, they were like saying, well, this is good, but Alex did the whole, Elmer Gantry screaming and yelling revival kind of lunacy, and people thought the guy's out of his tree, so maybe they lost a little bit of that sense of oh, come on, leave the guy alone business. But I've got to tell you something. This shocks me like nothing I've ever seen. And it's a beautiful story. How what really happened. I have been on more, I don't know why people, they ask me, do you think it's because of BlackRock owned 67% of that? Well, yeah, that's a part of it. Yeah. Do you think maybe it was because that Tucker ruffled the wrong feathers of Big Pharma? Yeah, I mean that didn't help, but that's not it. Why? Well, because he's been ruffling feathers for I don't know how long. Why all of a sudden do you notice that he's ruffling feathers? I don't get it. Well, do you think maybe it was because of the? No, they've known what he's writing. They've known it. This is nothing new. Yes, it's true to what he said. This human rights campaign, the economic ECI, these indices and these ratings and ESG, and yeah, that was a part of it. But it's simple. What's the reason for this? Remember, if you hear hoofbeats, don't think zebra. What was this about? Why now? Why was this? All right, that's enough. Why now? They knew what was happening with Dominion. They knew this. They knew what he said. Other people said worse. Other people said really. I mean, if you want to use the term worse, what is it about Tucker? You're not answering. Well, he talked about Big Pharma. He always talked about. Do you think Big Pharma one day say, "Hey, that's enough. COVID's over. We're done with that. Fauci's gone. CDC. We're done." What has he said? That's another thing. People think he said something that was so great. It really wasn't at all earth-shattering. In the least. What are you so? What is it? What is the thing? Nobody can tell me this. I don't understand it. I wouldn't be surprised. Now, the difference between me and these other people is that I don't say, this is the way it is. No, I'm saying that don't be surprised if Rupert Murdoch's about to sell it. Don't be surprised if he says, I've had enough with this. It's not worth it. He's a pain in the neck. He's acting holier than thou. He's ticking off everybody else. Hannity's driving me crazy. Ingram's driving me crazy. They can't stand this guy. Then we got this Abby Grossberg. She's suing another one. Another? My God, what now? Anti-Semitism. Wait a minute. What hostile work environment? Oh, God. What are we doing? And the Ray Epps thing. Did you see Ray Epps on 60 Minutes? I don't care whether you believe it. I don't care what you think. Imagine that guy in front of a jury. It's doom. He was the best witness. Oh, my God. With his wife. We had to move. I'm afraid of my life. Tucker maybe. And then they show these things. Who is he? And if you had to have a trial and you said to Tucker, what were the bases of you thinking this? What was it that made you say or think or believe that Ray Epps was what? I know it was fishy, it was weird, okay, but what? What was it? What was the proof? Because I talked to somebody, hypothetically, what if he said, because I talked to somebody in the FBI and they told me he was an agent provocateur. He was one of us. He was there to rile the crowd up. He was working off charges. That would have been something. As opposed to, this looks like, and let me tell you something. We are in a different world now. What we could say 20 years ago, 2000, even around 9/11, from that point on, you just have to watch what you say. Nobody wants to hear your theories. Nobody wants to hear, unless it's about Trump, it's a different story. You can't do this anymore. And when you are Tucker, when you're in that position and you're doing it for so long, you feel invincible. You feel impenetrable. You feel like nobody can touch me. Nobody can bother me. Nobody can do anything. Nobody can. I'm Tucker Carlson. I am the biggest, hottest, smartest, coolest, hippest, preppiest, richest. I'm a yacht clubbing kind of dude. I wear khakis and loafers without socks. I am so cool. I'm so smart. I'm invincible. You can't touch me. I'm not Hannity. I'm not Ingram. They're pedestrian. Those are parvenus. Those are panjandrums compared to me, the Pate, the Wunderkind, the soul. Yeah, I'm beaten by that gut bucket, and that crew of 5. It takes 5 of these people to even come near me. And plus, those are tawdry jokes. I'm in for the long run. I spoke at the Heritage Foundation. I'm an institution. I'm not just some talk show host. I'm the voice and the spirit and the future, and I am the worldview of the righteous, Christian, God-fearing, American conservative. I'm Rush Limbaugh and Billy Graham, and I am Bill Buckley, and I am so. You can't touch me. You can't. Think I'm exaggerating? Think I'm exaggerating, don't you? You think I'm exaggerating? You're thinking. See, nobody's going to think about the lessons learned. Nobody's going to think about this. That's the part about this, because there's this weird, I don't know what it is. These people sometimes, they get so worked up. It's like graveyards are filled with irreplaceable men. Bill O'Reilly learned that. Bill O'Reilly. We're not going to relive that again. They didn't need him. Get out of here. You think these numbers mean, well, he was bringing the revenue. No, this is cable. These are subscriptions. It doesn't work like that. A lot of these companies made their money before they say anything. Don't be surprised if Rupert Murdoch says, I'm selling this. I'm done with this. It's a new era. It's over. Fox News is over. Rush is dead. Roger Ailes is dead. We don't do this anymore. Don't you understand? Those are the lessons. If you want to talk about what you want, you've got to completely remove yourself, and you've got to go Joe Rogan. But Joe Rogan's going to find out he's the next target, because there's a bunch of people in the world who just like to say, you know what? We think what you're saying is dangerous, and by God, we're going to exercise our ability to make the world safer and better by expurgating you. Think I'm exaggerating? Think I'm exaggerating, huh? Not even close, my friends. All right, do yourself a favor. Do me a favor. Like this video. You know the routine. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to this. Hit that bell or notification so you'll be aware of videos and all that stuff. And comment as you see fit.